What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we've got the 2025 Polestar designed Volvo V60, but don't let this body style fool you. This car's got 455 horsepower from the factory. It's a plug-in hybrid, and check this out. It comes standard with Brembo brakes. It's a, again, plug-in hybrid, and you've got a ton of storage space, again, with this thing being a wagon. It's got sport bucket seats on the inside that feel like they're out of an exotic sports car. It's got a massive sunroof. It's got a Bowers & Wilkins sound system, and a ton of other packed features we're gonna go over in today's video. But let me show you guys around this car real quick. I've been living with this car for about a week, and I can honestly tell you this car has grown on me. And one thing that's pretty funny about this car is I never saw Volvos before I borrowed this car from Volvo. But it's kind of like the red car theory. If I asked you how many red cars you saw going from work to home or home to work, you wouldn't know. But if I asked you to pay attention, you'd see red cars all over the place. I've never seen this many Volvos that I've seen in the past week. It's actually ridiculous how many cars there are. And honestly, this is not a bad looking car. Now again, guys, don't let this station wagon body fool you. It's not your grandma's station wagon. This car comes packed with 455 horsepower from the factory. It's got 40 miles of range that you can go on with just the electric motor. It's got a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. Come take a look at this thing. So here is the heart of the station wagon. I gotta note how big this hood is. It goes basically straight up. It's actually ridiculous how big it is and how high it goes. But here's what the heart of the wagon looks like. Again, you've got the 4-cylinder turbocharged engine over here, and you've got the electronics over here. Another cool thing about this is you've got adjustable dampers, which is a pretty crazy feature that you don't see on a lot of cars. Another thing that you've got here on the front is these things actually pop out to wash the front headlights, which is pretty cool. Overall, I really like the design of this Volvo. Take a look at how aggressive that looks. It's got a small little nose, kind of looks like a penguin. You've also got a camera right here. It's a little bit dirty at the moment, but got a cool camera right there. So in case you're parking, you don't hit a curb or anything like that. Let me show you guys the trunk space that you get in this wagon. Let me show you guys the trunk. So with the key fob, if I hold down the trunk release button, right on cue, the trunk opens up. And guys, take a look at how big this trunk space is. So like I said, I've been living with this car for about a week, and I've been driving it around, and I can tell you guys the trunk space really came in handy. I used it to replace the battery on my mom's Model 3, went out grocery shopping with the wife, and this thing came in absolutely clutch. This thing is massive. Another cool thing about the station wagon design is because here, take a look at this. Because the back goes out further than a standard car, you actually get a lot more headroom in the back seats, which I will demonstrate to you guys right now. The trunk is also powered like you saw earlier. Shuts down beautifully right there. And take a look at the back end while we're here. It's got that Volvo classic look in a station wagon form. Let me jump in the back seats and show you guys how much space you actually get. All right, so I'm sitting behind the driver, which was me. Let me put this up. So again, I'm about 5'10". This is my driving position. I've got plenty of space. Legroom is not an issue. Again, headroom is not an issue because of that station wagon design. You also get heated seats back here, which is a plus. Also, guys, we got to talk about these gold seat belts. I will show you guys in the front, but take a look at how sick these are. They actually match the Brembo brakes, which I think is a great, cool little feature. All right, guys, so now we're inside the station wagon, and let's get it out on the road. I got a couple things I want to share with you guys and tell you that I actually really like about this car. So, crystal shifter in drive, and we are off. This car is an extremely smooth drive. The suspension is pretty tight, honestly, but this is the kind of car that I could jump in and just drive it to California. From Illinois, straight to California, no problems. Call my wife, babe, I'm going to California, jump in and drive it across country. It is super comfortable in here. These seats have like 1,000 different adjustments that you can make on it. I was pleasantly surprised. It's got a ton of bolstering, so it keeps you nice and upright. Visibility is great in this car. I have no complaints about that. The mirrors are in excellent positions. You get plenty of visibility out the back. The windshield, everything, no issues there. You also get a leather-wrapped heated steering wheel, which is a must-have here in the Chicagoland area. And another cool thing is you get a heads-up display. So not only do you get integrated Google Maps, you actually get the directions right in front of you. So you don't have to stare down and mess with this, the center console. You can actually see the directions right in front of you, which is a pretty cool feature. I'm also looking at the speed limit and how fast I'm going as well. If you go over the speed limit, it starts blinking at you so you know to slow down, which is pretty cool. So another cool feature that I discovered about this car is at lights. So when you stop, You have the auto stop on, which is a nice feature to have. But when you're stopped at a light, you can actually scroll through TikTok and YouTube Shorts, which I'll demonstrate here for you right now. But it's pretty cool. As soon as you let off the brake and press on the accelerator, that shuts down and says, hey, you started driving, we gotta turn off that feature, which is pretty cool. Speaking of features, you also get a massive sunroof here that you can open just by swiping your finger like that. And it feels like it goes for a mile, which is pretty crazy. This car is pretty long and it goes throughout the entire car, which is pretty cool. So not only do you get the heads-up display, you also get the digital display here on the dash. I can see the Google Maps navigation here, which is pretty cool. Speaking of Google Maps, it works really well. Check this out. Take me to the nearest Dunkin'.
Okay, Dunkin', here we go.
Bada bing, bada boom. 5 minutes away from Dunkin'. The GPS pops up here on the screen, as well as on the digital display and the heads-up display. Overall, driving this car has been extremely comfortable the past week. It's got plenty of horsepower. Check this out. There is a little bit of lag from when you get on it and when the power actually puts out, but the power is there. It's got 455 horsepower. My Lamborghini's got 512 horsepower, which is not too far off from what this car's got, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, this car's got plenty of power. You step on it and this thing just goes. Again, to the average person looking at this car, you wouldn't necessarily know it's anything special. But if you're in the market for this car, or if you know about cars, you know that there's something special about this car, starting with the Brembo brakes. You could just tell there's something off and special about this car. Not to mention these gold seatbelts are a dead giveaway that this is a special and unique car. Now, a couple of complaints that I have about this car is the price. So this car starts, or the MSRP on this car as tested is right around $73,000. When I saw that, I was a little bit sticker shocked. I guess I just didn't know the market for station wagons. I know there's the Mercedes E-Class, I believe, had the station wagon. I don't know if they still make that. Let me know if you guys know down below. I know also Cadillac had one at some point. They also had the V version of it, which was an absolute animal. I don't know if they have the Blackwing version of the station wagon now, but those are the 2 or 3 station wagons that I know of that were somewhat modern. But let me know what you guys think down below. I know there's a whole world in the station wagon world that love this car, but for me personally, I don't think it's something that I would necessarily purchase, just because of my current situation in life. It wouldn't be enough to hold my kids. I've got 4 kids, thank God. But again, we wouldn't fit in this car. But as far as practicality and somebody that's in the market for a station wagon, this is probably the best bang for your buck. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video of the Volvo wagon. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section down below. And if you have any questions, let me know as well. Huge thank you to Volvo for letting me borrow this car. Guys, don't forget, don't be average. I'll see you guys in the next video.